Paul, you know that I'm doing this mission to educate veterans, and you decided to jump in and be one of the people that's helping make it possible. What motivated you to do that?
Well, we help a lot of patients. In our gardens here, we give away right now over 300 pounds of free marijuana a year to patients. I'm a disabled veteran myself, and I just like to help people. And the more we can help people, the better off this world is.
And there is a big connection that I think people are learning, more about, and that's that for post-traumatic stress disorder, medical marijuana is a real cure.
That's right. New Mexico was the first state that pioneered PTSD as a qualifying condition for medical marijuana. Oregon's legislature just added PTS to the mix, so patients will soon be able to start getting permits here for post-traumatic stress. I'm not so sure I really want to call post-traumatic stress a disorder, because it's just a natural reaction to a traumatic incident, and so maybe the term disorder, it's really what should happen, kind of, if you've been in a horrible situation. So
pretty normal
we
human
don't want
reaction.
A normal reaction to a traumatic event, and
right.
So I'm not so sure that it's a D. The D belongs there.
Got it.
But I did not see active combat while I was in the military. I was in the military when Jimmy Carter was president. That's what I wouldn't have joined if I didn't trust the president at the time. But anyway, I'm just glad to see you're out there educating people about how cannabis can help them, about alternatives for post-traumatic stress. The Israeli Defense Forces, even though we aren't happy what they do to the Palestinians, they do allow their soldiers to use medical marijuana
right. for
post-traumatic stress, and they've been leading the way in cannabinoid sciences for decades now.
Right.
And so it has a history of helping veterans in the IDF.
Right.
And it should help everybody. We can do away with a lot of medications. It really produces more fuel, fiber, food, and medicine than any other plant on the planet. I'm motivated because I know that hemp, cannabis, marijuana is the oldest crop, the first crop that people purposely cultivated, perhaps as long as 30,000 years ago. All archaeologists agree over 12,000 years ago. And so back to prehistoric times. The first written texts in Sanskrit and Chinese both talk about medical marijuana.
Wow.
So we're talking about the oldest crop and the most productive crop, and it's been prohibited. So
right. And
it's our job to let the truth be known that marijuana is a good thing, even for people who use it socially.
Right.
It's a good thing.
Well, the laws are changing in leaps and bounds as we do this interview right now, and the states are being added, and it's just so wonderful. Paul,
we just launched our petition drive to legalize marijuana here in Oregon. We got 47% of the vote last year.
Right.
We're real happy to see that passed in Washington and Colorado. And our latest poll that was done by Peter Lewis of Progressive Insurance said that we got 63% support as of May 9th.
Wow.
So we're ready to change the laws and restore hemp for all its many uses.
Well, Oregon used to be a leader when it came to these things, and so
yeah.
It'll be wonderful to see that again. Paul, when people are watching this, a lot of people are seeing this because they're dialed in because of the veterans angle, and they're maybe a little bit shocked or whatever, but we're slowly explaining to them this process. What's your website? Where can they go to learn more information?
HEMP.org. It's easy to remember. So
and how many vets are you working with who are medical marijuana patients right now? What's the
50,000.
50,000.
Yeah. We're up to almost 200,000 patients now, wow. And a good 50,000 of them are veterans.
Thank
and
you.
We have clinics from Michigan to Hawaii and 10 different states, and we're about to go into some of the East Coast states as well.
Can you name the 10?
Yeah, there's Michigan, Colorado, Arizona, California, Oregon, Washington, Hawaii.
They can probably go to your website.
Yeah, they can go to our website.
Yeah. Is New Mexico one of them?
We were in New Mexico, but we came out of New Mexico and Montana because of various reasons. But
got it.
We're looking at going. We're prepared to go into Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington D.C.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Maybe you already hit this, but the veterans issues obviously are not at all a state issue. They're a federal issue. How do you feel about federal prohibition being overturned?
Oh, it's very, very crucial and critical. And I'm very happy that the Obama administration hasn't cracked down on Washington and Colorado. I was almost certain they would. You know, we wrote last year's initiative to be upheld in federal court. We're keeping those structures in this year's Oregon initiative. And so I'm very hopeful that federal prohibition will be overturned. But the Veterans Administration has said if you live in a medical marijuana state and you have a medical marijuana authorization in your state, that they are going to cooperate with you and you can use your medical marijuana if you have to be hospitalized. So that's word from on high in Washington, D.C. So we're really happy about that development.
Paul, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.